Believe me, honey, when I tell you, this too shall pass.
I've just never seen Rich look at me like that. I can't get it out of my mind how he walked out of here.
Taylor, he was angry. He'll cool off.
No, he was more than angry. It was a look of utter disgust and despair. He's never looked at me that way, ever. I just want him to come home tonight.
Shall I make us a cup of coffee?
Oh, why don't you go on home?
And leave you like this?
I'm fine. It's probably better if I'm alone anyway.
Well, if he doesn't come home by midnight, I want you to call me. Come on now, you've got to have a little faith in your husband. Taylor, he loves you.
I hope so. It's okay, Tony. If the doctor doesn't want us to drink, we won't drink.
I just don't see what alcohol has to do with it.
It's not about alcohol. It's about vigilance. If you and Kristen are to have a relationship, you have to be aware of your responsibilities.
I am, Doctor. I am very aware of my responsibilities.
You say you've had drinks together when you were alone.
Sure, a couple glasses of wine.
You want to tell me what happened after that?
We didn't end up in bed, I can tell you that.
There was no physical intimacy, no vulnerability.
We were totally in control, Doctor.
I will not put Kristen at risk.
And I won't let him.
Good.
But we do have some questions.
Well, go ahead and ask.
You said that HIV is transmitted through blood.
Yes, and semen is often the carrier.
So my blood can't come into contact with Tony's blood or his semen.
That's right.
Well, what about the use of condoms?
There's still a risk factor even with condoms.
You mean if they break or come off?
It happens.
So we just have to weigh the risks.
What I'm saying is that abstinence from sexual intercourse, both vaginal and oral, is the only absolute solution. Anything less is dangerous. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You're up against a very serious challenge. All the more serious because you're in love and you want to express that love. And I'm not saying there aren't ways to use your hands, your bodies safely, because there are. But you have to be extremely diligent and responsible. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you this was going to be easy, but I can't. It's going to be extremely difficult. It would take two extraordinary people to make this work.
Brooke? I got your message.
Rich had an argument with Taylor.
It's pretty horrible, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he really laid into her.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, she had it coming. Where is he now? Did he go home to pack?
He went home to be with his wife.
went home. To Taylor?
He's forgiving her, Megan.
He told you that?
That and a whole lot more. He doesn't want me. He made that perfectly clear.
No, Brooke, that can't be true. He loves you.
Please don't say that. I can't keep hoping for that anymore. It's over for Ridge and me. It was just all in my mind. It was a dream that I was clinging to for so many years. But it wasn't real. It never was. Not to Ridge.
I went to see Brooke.
I thought you did.
Turns out she was expecting me.
If I were her, I would have too.
Because of what you did.
I'm never going to forgive myself for it, Rich. You're going to leave me, aren't you? Well, Dr. Craig, you are looking at two extraordinary people. Tony and I are going to make this work.
Have you talked about the future?
What about it?
Well, you're involved in a new relationship, both of you. There's spark, there's passion. But in 6 months to a year, when reality sets in, you may not feel the same way.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that with us.
And there's also the very real possibility that your Tony will get AIDS.
Yes, Doctor. The possibility. Well, thank you for seeing us.
You're welcome.
Oh, Dr. Craig. I do have one more question.
What is it?
Is there any other way that Tony and I could possibly have children together?
I'm sorry, Kristen. But as long as you're with Tony, I can't recommend that you have children together.
Well, goodbye, Dr. Craig.
I hate to leave you like this.
You can't be my babysitter. I'm on my own now, and I have to get used to it. Besides, it's not like it hasn't happened before.
Oh, Brooke. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Hello?
Megan, it's Stephanie. Do you have any idea where Brooke is?
She's at home. I was just with her.
Is she there alone?
Yes, but you know what, Mrs. Forrester? I really wouldn't bother her. She's very distraught.
Why?
She had a visit from Ridge.
What happened? Megan, you might as well tell me, because if you don't, Ridge will eventually.
He ended it once and for all, Mrs. Forrester. He's back with his wife and he intends to stay there. I have to go, Mrs. Forrester. Bye.
What is it, Stephanie?
Ridge told Brooke it's over.
He did?
Finally.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go commiserate with an old friend.
You could tell me. If it's Brooke you want, just say it.
You know, I've always thought of myself as being kind of perceptive. I find out I'm not at all.
Maybe you've been in denial.
Maybe so.
Maybe I've been in denial too.
About what?
You and Brooke? I know you had feelings for her. I just didn't want to believe it was more than what you and I shared.
But you ended up believing that, didn't you? Why?
Because I asked you to stop seeing her and you refused. So to me that meant that you wanted to leave yourself open to her, and I couldn't handle that. I couldn't deal with it. So when I was feeling vulnerable, Massimo came up with this grand idea. I just didn't realize it would go as far as it did, and then they had to try to convince me to go along with it.
You know, my refusal to stop seeing Brooke, there may have been another reason for that, Taylor.
Like what?
My belief in this marriage. And the idea of losing you was so totally foreign to me. There wasn't a thing Brooke or anybody else could do to change that.
Yeah, but I knew Brooke was after you. And I know that you have feelings for her.
You're right. She was. And I do. God, I'm so sorry. I wish to God I hadn't done all this to you. I wish I'd known what it was gonna do to you, because you told me enough times. I still didn't think Brooke was a threat, though. And I still don't think she is, because she's not. And she never will be, Taylor. Brooke will never be a threat to you. I'm telling you now. There isn't another woman on this planet that could take me away from you. Not Brooke. Not anyone.
Rich.
Honey, everything is gonna be all right.
I know. We'll get through it. After talking to Dr. Craig, we'll get through anything.
You know, after we left the doctor's office, I went into the bathroom and checked my mail.
What a coincidence. I did the same thing.
And
I have waited a long time for this.
me too.
I wish I didn't have to leave.
Me either. But my dad is home.
I love you.
I love you. say a word, Dad. We have discussed this. Tony and I are going to be together.
No, Kristen, no, you're not. You and Tony are not gonna be together. I forbid it.
Get out.
You were so certain, weren't you?
I said get out.
I'd like to ask you something, because I've been thinking about this when I was driving over. Were you the least bit upset when you found out that your father was willing to lie to you for $5 million? I bet you weren't. I think it went right to your head and you said to yourself, I'll be the victim in this one. Taylor will be the bad one. And Ridge will be mine forever. Didn't work out that way, though, did it? You little bitch.
You're not leaving me?
No, I'm not leaving you. How could you even think that?
The way you stormed out of here.
Taylor, I am your husband. I chose you over everyone else in this world. And I swore to love you forever.
I'm so sorry any of this happened.
Oh, I'm the one that's sorry. I'm sorry I put you through this. Somehow I'll make it up to you.
Look who's here.
My little munchkins. Come here. Hey, I missed you so much. You're my girls. I missed you. I missed you. Hey, I've got a surprise for all of you. You want to know what it is? How about we all go on a trip?
A trip, really?
Yeah. How about we go to Aspen, Colorado and just celebrate?
What are we celebrating?
I don't know. We could celebrate the leaves turning colors. Or maybe we could celebrate Mommy and Daddy. Our love and commitment for each other. The strength of our marriage. And the strength of our family, huh? How does that sound? And I think we should do this right away.
I think it sounds good. Okay, Catherine, why don't you take them up to bed?
You guys go get some
We're going
sleep.
on a trip.
We're gonna leave
Okay.
early in the morning. Good night.
You know, I really thought I was going to lose you over this.
Lose me? No. No way.
The thought of you leaving us and this whole family falling apart.
Doc, you just wipe that out of your mind, okay? Because I'm not gonna leave you. Ever. Ever, ever, you hear me?